What's good, y'all? You dub back at it again here in 2019. Now, I have other videos still to upload. I have many more to do. Y'all already know how I get down. But that Avengers Endgame, though. Endgame, though. Infinity War. Oh, my gosh, bro. I mean, I could talk about the movie, and I'm pretty sure there's plenty of reviews by big-time YouTubers and otherwise. But we're not here to talk about that. No, 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 no. I want to go do a video. But y'all know how I get down. Y'all know what Wonder does. Wonder is I discuss what other people sometimes be dealing with, discussing what other people be missing and breaking it down in depth. So y'all already know this is gonna be spoiler warning. You need to go out and watch the damn movie. But many of y'all already done seen the movie. Alright, I watched it last night, Saturday night, alright. So this is a fast track video. Normally videos sometimes be coming out weeks later and whatnot. But we had to talk about this because it deals with the question of alternate timelines. Now, if you know Marvel Comics like I do, there are so many universes. Alright? There's nearly an infinite amount of universes. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And as was explained in to Dr. Bruce Banner, who is Professor Hulk, really, in that movie, which I'm so glad they brought Professor Hulk. So much homage. First of all, I gotta say the great comedy, just very somber moments, and a hell of a lot of homage, a boatload of homage to the comics. Infinity War and Endgame was a cohesive comic book story level. It was a cohesive story. It was comic book. I could have read that and I would have loved it. It'd been a phenomenal story, phenomenal arc. Anyway, with that being said, so when the former Sorcerer Supreme, regardless of what my thoughts on how all the issues that I've had with the MCU, the former Sorcerer Supreme talks to Professor Hulk and talks about branch theory. Also, Scott Lang, again, I wish we would have had Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne as Wasp, Hank Pym as Ant-Man, Goliath, and all that, but it is what it is. Scott Lang, Tony Stark, Iron Man, they're talking about it. Professor Hulk's talking about quantum mechanics and such, the quantum field, and time travel being problematic, right? Yeah, so there's all these branches, right? And here's the thing. That's how Marvel deals with it. Dragon Ball kind of ish deals with it, but it's a little bit more complicated how I think Dragon Ball deals with it. When Marvel, as many break it off, like I watch comics explain videos, and this is mainly the discussion that was having in the comment section while I'm doing this video, because I'm pretty sure there's many people gonna be confused. And I didn't really think about the whole time travel. I was just dealing with all the elements of the movie. But a lot of the people just guaranteed you watch it as a spectacle, okay? And a lot of people won't go in depth with the movie, right? And I said that before we went to Endgame. A lot of people are just going to be, whoa, with all the things and not see this. Now, when I love listening, Comics Explain was breaking down for the past few days, he's been breaking down elements of the movie, giving his thoughts and things. Go check it out because they're excellent videos. People are picking up on stuff. The thing is, what most people don't seem to understand about time travel is, all right, number one, like I meant, there was discussion when you start messing with time. The thing is, you always create something. It's ripples. You cannot fuck with shit. You just can't do it. It's like people ask, well, why doesn't, if you believe in God Almighty, which I happen to do, or if you believe in God, so people like, if there's a supreme, an almighty, omnipotent being, why doesn't God interact more directly more often, right? It's very simple. Even if you're omnipotent, there are laws of physics, laws of nature, laws of mathematics that are set in place for a reason. Newton's third law of motion. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction, okay? Yes, the Almighty could manipulate things if he so desired, whenever he desired. But you're going to, when you reality warp, you change things. Nothing is ever the same. DC does it all the time. The Flash series does an excellent job of, you start messing with stuff, it's going to leave repercussions and ripple effects. There's something called the butterfly effect for a reason, and this is a chronos, a chronometer, you know, a time ripple effect. Okay, you start moving pieces together. People start meeting people when they shouldn't be meeting people, and all kinds of things. Marvel Comics, you have Kane the Conqueror, and there's kings all over. In DC, you have the reverse Flash earbar Dawn. Now, why do I say all of this? You need to understand that there were key points. Even if nothing happened, you would still have two separate timelines. Because you have an original one and you have whatever the alternate is. There's always going to be another timeline when you start messing with time. That's just the nature of the beast. That's how it is. If there isn't already a plethora of timelines for you to attach to. Alright, so somebody asked, well, how many timelines? Wasn't everything fixed? No, it fixed everything. No, they didn't fix everything. There are 6. Let me repeat. 6 timelines, at least that I noticed. Now, if there are more, please let me know that you noticed. But I got 6. And from one small, like a few little jumps in time, you create 6 timelines. Think about that. That's insanity. So, the first timeline is obviously the Endgame timeline, the movie timeline, what we ended up with. Everything that happened at the end of the movie, that's a part of, you could say, the current timeline. That's the timeline we're in. There's a second timeline because of the Endgame timeline. The first, just by them going back and trying to alter things, just by them going back in the future. There's the original timeline. And what is the original timeline? That's the first part of the movie, ladies and gentlemen. And you can say, well, isn't it the same thing? No. That original timeline is this. Number one, if you don't need any other branch off, Black Widow's not there anymore in the in-game timeline. That's the big play. If you don't, I don't have to say anything else about that timeline, but that one part right there, Black Widow's still alive in the original timeline. Ronan is still there. Ronan, aka Hawkeye Clint Barton, is still out there murking fools. Alright? They still lost. Half of the universe is still gone. Half of all life in the universe is still gone. You know what I'm saying? All of that's, there's no Spider-Man Peter Parker, no Dr. Stephen Strange, no Black Panther T'Challa. You know, most of the Guardians of the Galaxy are gone. Y'all know what the original timeline is. It's what we saw. The in-game timeline, with everybody being right, it's completely different. It's completely different. Alright? The third timeline happened because there was a fuck up. There was a screw up when it came to Tony Stark. Tony Stark messed up. And Loki got the Tesseract. The Space Stone, I believe it was. He got the Tesseract. So he jumped. That creates another timeline. So now Loki's timeline, who knows what's going on in that timeline? It's still, so what that means is it could play out very similar, or it could play out much different. Who knows? And it's Loki. If you know Marvel Comics, you know Loki. It could play out very similar to the original timeline, or it could be greatly different. Probably greatly different because S.H.I.E.L.D. or Hydra does not have the Tesseract. And Loki's gone. He's not going to Asgard, and he's not being held on Earth. So that's probably going to create something gravely different. Alright? Thanos might never ever have the Infinity Stones, actually. If Loki messes. Who knows? That's a big unknown. The fourth timeline is the altered timeline. That's the timeline, you can say, wait a minute. The altered timeline. That's the timeline Loki left from. So, one big thing, Mjolnir is gone. Thor took Mjolnir. Did everybody just seem to forget that? Thor took it. Freya knew, and she was going to die anyway, so it is what it is. But Thor took it. Oh, one thing I didn't even put on when I was writing this down, Rocket Raccoon, he took it. He took the other Infinity Stone. So Thanos cannot, dog, Thanos can't collect the Infinity Stones. That's one big part of this. Mjolnir's gone. The Infinity Stones are gone. Um, Captain knows that Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier, is alive. You say, well, some say, well, didn't he get his mind erased? Let's be real. He knows he's alive. The thought's still going to be there. Guarantee you that thought's going to be there. So that's a big one. He messed up there. And he met a doppelganger. So they possibly can see that future and time travel is possible. The fact is, even though she doesn't say the Sorcerer Supreme, she knows about it. Okay? Who knows if anyone else saw another Hulk? Also, Hail Hydra, Cap. There may be what is done in the former recent Marvel comics. They did an evil or Hydra version clone of Captain America. So we could have had that. That's just the stuff off the rip. What could be different? Big pieces in that timeline are missing. So that timeline's all kind of screwed up. Now, the fifth timeline, the retro timeline. This is when Steve Rogers, Captain America Steve Rogers, and Iron Man Tony Stark go back to the 70s because they fucked up. They go back to the 70s, right? And they needed to gain again. They took the Infinity Stones. So there's that, but that's not the big part. Here's what made this different, really, is the fact that because all the Infinity Stones got replaced. Infinity Stones got replaced to their point in time. But here's where it deviates from. Because they wouldn't know that the stones were gone. Here's where it deviates from. The Pym particles were taken. You trying to tell me Dr. Hank Pym's not going to notice his junk is taken? Which, again, may lead to, more research. And we may actually have him turn full-blown into Ant-Man. That may be where Ant-Man, Hank Pym, is. He becomes a superhero early. That's huge. He starts investigating the quantum field. He starts investigating time travel. Maybe Ultron is invented early. There's a lot of him and Howard Stark do stuff. Maybe Howard Stark becomes Iron Man. Who knows? Because Tony Stark had interactions with his father. There's a lot of big things. Howard Stark might be Iron Man, and Hank Pym, they might be Ant-Man. They might be the first two superheroes that pop up. Nick Fury, who knows how the impact's going to be on him. And last but certainly not least, the Thanos missing timeline. Dog, Thanos from 2014. He comes in. He's gone. Thanos is not, there's going to be no Infinity War. There's going to be no collection of the Infinity Stones. Nebula's dead and gone. Gamora's missing. So that means Guardians of the Galaxy are affected. There's going to be no Infinity War. And who knows what other ripples and repercussions come of. You see what I'm saying? There are and these are 6, I knew there would at least be 5. I got these 6. Let me know in the comments if you notice any other key changes. There could be 10, 20 timelines. But I only noticed 6 because these were the 6 major distinctions that I noticed. Unexpected Wonder, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me your thoughts on this matter. And I would love to hear what y'all have to say. Endgame, they did a phenomenal job, a beautiful job of closing a saga. They ended a saga with, I hear about contracts trying to come to an end, but it was time. Some of these did not need to be prolonged. Some of these characters, I love me some Iron Man, Tony Stark, love me some Captain America, Steve Rogers, but it was a good send off, and it's an open world of possibilities for the future. Some are saying Kang the Conqueror is the next big Avengers villain. I would be totally down with that if Kay brought in Kang the Conqueror, baby. Woo! And who knows what other else comes in. I hope they now start powering up characters properly. There's so much that can be gone from here, dog. Thor's off with the Guardians of the Galaxy with their ass Guardians of the Galaxy. We got Professor Hulk. We got we got freaking Hawkeye Ronin. Shoot, we got who else we got up in this piece? Spider Man's gonna come up finally. I got my issues with that him being so young, but it's gonna be nice. You got Nick Fury back. You got Captain Marvel. You can go with her and her spacefaring ways. Um, shoot. Anybody else? Falcon is the new Captain America. He's got the shield, so that's homage to the comics. There's a lot of stuff, man. And now all these timelines being created, I'm curious how this is. I think the main effect on this is going to be with Doctor Stephen Strange. It's going to be with Doctor Strange. Love me some Doctor Strange. Love me some Doctor Strange. And Doctor Strange is probably going to have to be dealing with the ramifications of the most of all of this. Of course, you got Black Panther back. Of course, you got the Black Panther back. All right, y'all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night. Peace.